When you're learning to connect bar muscle-ups, the first and most important step that people overlook all the time is the drop part of it. People have a tendency to go for number 2 without any clue on how to get from the top to the bottom. The drill here is how to get from the top to the bottom and try to eliminate as much swing as possible. It's very common for people to start from the top and drop, and then they end up with way too much momentum. Remember, when you start from the floor, you have none. So the technique that we use in order to get the first bar muscle up utilizes a lot of swing typically. So when you are dropping down and you have swing already, finding the exact same position as you did for the first bar muscle up is going to lead you into a ton of swing. What we should do is use a platform, step up, jump so you didn't have to do work to get there. And then we're gonna just practice the way down by kicking our hips back a little bit and pulling our knees up. Is also quite a bit like a negative pull-up. If you watch my arms, I bend my arms. And then at the bottom, I extend my body, and this absorbs some of the shock from the drop with the legs extending as my arms are straight. And also, clearly I had less swing. Now from this position, we can go ahead and practice, and then when you're ready, you can try dropping from the top into 1 bar muscle up. That means you didn't do a bar muscle up to get to the top. You are starting from the top and kicking out and down into your first one. That means that you're more fresh. You have a lot of confidence with your 1 bar muscle up now. That's great. We don't want to kill that confidence of being able to do 2 until we do this and then do this drop into 1 rep, your first rep. Once you have that drop into your first rep down, then we can go ahead and do 2 connected. But first, let's go through the drop and see about getting a straight line from our hands to our hips, slightly back behind the bar, and that will suffice as the bad cheerleader position instead of being back here with the hips back in the straight line from hands to hips way out here, which creates a lot of swing. By having them about half that distance and our knees up, it's going to absorb some of that swing, and then we will still have the right amount of power for the for the bar muscle up, and it will feel very, very similar, if not exactly the same from that point on, as we will still do the target reach directly beneath the bar, awkward butt squeeze, air chair, Z kick, Z kick, all the way up through. So again, from here, I'm just gonna kick my butt backward, bend my arms and my knees at the same time, absorb the shock, and then I can do 1 muscle up. Starting from here again. Good. Now that I know I can drop from the top when I'm fresh, do 1 bar muscle up, as long as I practice that in singles, not as I just did, but taking breaks in between, making sure I'm fresh for each rep, then I can have a little more confidence when I go into the first bar muscle up from the floor and the second one from connecting.